I'm talking here with Frans Kempen. He's the blockchain lead at IBM, and he's going to be the technical track leader. And he also came with a lot of interesting cases, which from companies which went from POC, proof of concept, to production. Why is IBM so active with blockchain, Frans?
Yeah, blockchain is a real emerging technology which has big impact of many clients and will disrupt a lot of industries and create efficiencies along the supply chain, for instance.
Now, why did I ask you to become a technical track leader? Is because there's all kinds of places like Bitcoin Wednesday where real techies walk around and go very deeply. And who is there? Frans is there, and even you're also helping there to lead a couple of conferences. Why did you get involved with that part of the community?
Well, aligning with, let's say, the developer community on blockchain technology is really key. Because then those guys are coders, right? So we also would like to interact with them and see how they can develop smart contracts for IBM in building solutions for our clients.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about the Koopman case. That's the one we're going to go in depth, and that's basically about all the cars in Europe are going to get their serial number on a blockchain. How is that process? How does it really work?
Yeah, Koopman is a very innovative company in the Netherlands and abroad for transporting cars. And they had a vision last year of, let's say, putting the VIN ledger, the VIN number of a car, on the blockchain. So we developed for Koopman a blockchain-based VIN ledger. It's an automotive platform where for the end user of a car, it has trust in this platform, the data you can trust. And for the participant in the supply chain of the VIN ledger, there's a lot of decrease in costs. So getting the car from the manufacturer towards the end user is lowering the cost using blockchain technology.
Yeah, but you're going to add a lot of other information, right? I mean, the government and the automobile companies, and there's going to be a lot more information. It's going to be the center of the VIN number, and it's all kinds of companies can add information to it.
Exactly. So the unique number of a car, a VIN number, a vehicle identification number, is really key. And behind this VIN number, you can store a lot of information about the history of a car, about the mileage, about the service levels, about the accidents a car has, but also information to transport a car from the factory to the end user. So behind this VIN number, you can store a lot of information which you can trust, which is validated by all the participants, so that the end user to buy a second-hand car, for instance, really knows this information I get from my second-hand car to buy it is really correct.
Yeah. So what the ANWB is doing now and the local governments, that's going to be on a European scale and not on an exclusive database. Okay, so that's one of the cases, and on the main stage, the CEO of Koopman is going to talk about it and explain why they do it and how they're building the consortium. And you're on the technical track. You have somebody who's going more in depth.
Yes, we have a developer invited to explain how the coding of the smart contract will work. So how, if you have a vision of developing a blockchain-based VIN ledger, how is the real life of a coder? How does it work?
Yeah, how can I interact with it? How can I add my own ICT system, to connect it to the blockchain?
Exactly. So the integration with your legacy system, IT system, is really key. That's basically the hardest part of coding. So we have a coder who will explain what the real life is of baking a POC towards production of this platform.
Okay. So another person who is coming from Croatia is going to give an overview over the top 10 blockchain platforms and what you can really do with it. And why is that interesting?
Well, for a company to decide of, let's say, entering the space of blockchain is really key to decide what kind of platform are you coding on. Is an open platform or is the permission platform? A permission platform is basically a platform where you know the legal entities of your ecosystem. Yeah. You know them, right? Yeah,
so we're going to talk about open and closed and new and old and blockchain 1 and 2 and 3. So that's going to be really interesting. And we have a couple of other people in the track, in the technical track. So take a look at the program on the website big18.nl. And we'll go from there. So we'll see you then in June the 7th. That will be fun.
Happy to be there, Vincent.
Okay. And Frank will be the interface between the techies and the developers and to the people from the business community who really want to know how this kind of stuff works and how to build a real project to go from proof of concept to production.